All right, welcome back. This is our 1.2.2 Wikipedia That app. Excuse me, in this app we want to use a search bar to look up an item from the search bar and use Google or Wikipedia That to find our results. So here we go. Start a new project. This is going to be Wikipedia That 1_2_2. And it doesn't like that because I already have that project, so I'm going to have to say this is period 4, quarter 2. And Brady had a great idea. Hey, let's take the search bar and the voice recognition and place it down at the bottom. And I really agree with that because I'm a thumby person. I like to use my thumbs in my apps versus my fingers. So I totally agree with that. So let's just simplify this then. I can go to my layout, and really all I need is a vertical arrangement up here. Okay, and that vertical arrangement is going to be fill parent. Background is going to be none. Height is going to be fill parent. In there, then I'm quickly going to put in my web viewers. Web viewer number 1, that would be an image. And web viewer number 1 and web viewer number 2. Okay, now let's go ahead and rename these. I'll call this WBV Google. That will be our Google. And this one will be WBV Wiki. That'll be Wikipedia. Any questions so far? We good? All right, next thing I'm going to do is use another horizontal layout, and this is where I'm going to take Brady's idea and put everything down across the bottom. So fill parent, background's none. Let me rename this VA. We'll call this VA Browsers. Browsers. And this one here, wow. You need to make sure you get it outside. There it is. And this one is going to be called HA buttons. All right, that's fill parent. And now in here, I'm going to go ahead and put in a user interface. I'm going to use a text box. I'm going to go ahead and call this text box TXT search bar. I don't know why every time I say TXT, I think of that song TNT by ACDs. TNT. I'm on film. I shouldn't do that. Here we go. So that's my TXT search bar. Anybody know that song? Pretty good song. All right. Next, we need 2 buttons then, and there you go. So this one is your BTN search. And this one over here is called BTN Voice. And this, I'm going to make these pretty small. So I'm going to make them 30 by 30 just because I want a lot of space for my web viewers. Text is going to be none. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing here. It's going to be 30 by 30. It's a small button, but, you know, as long as you don't have gorilla fingers, you should be okay. And there we go. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and put in, I went to the internet and found some really cool search bars. You guys ever seen like the magnifying glass they use for searching? So I went ahead and found a search icon. So I go to upload an image and I choose this search icon here. It's the one I found that I liked. And that should upload. Should upload pretty well. And there it is. There's your search icon. And over here, this is my voice icon. So I'll go out to the internet and get a voice icon. And if you just search voice icon on the net, you should get plenty. And I found a nice one today, and I like this one because it's going to use the colors that I'm going to use. I like to have my colors match when I'm creating. And then right here, I would go ahead and take this search bar and make it fill parent so that it pushes those buttons to the right, and it does. Now, the only thing bad about this, we talked about, who is this? Who are these buttons set up for right now? Left or right-handed people?
Right.
Yeah. This is definitely a right-handed app. Do we need to be careful about right-handed apps? Yeah, because not everybody's right-handed. So, yeah, we could. We could do this. Nothing wrong with that. You could do that if you wanted to.
Because everything's right-handed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a matter of preference. You know, we have to start talking about left-handed people. Okay? But most left-handed people can handle it on the right. Okay? It's not like we're asking them to do, you know, shoot a basketball left-handed or anything. We're asking them to touch a button. So, you know, they might have to get over it. But it's just something to talk about. Okay, let's go into our TXT search bar text box, and there's a hint line in here. Okay? So, like, if you guys would go back to Google, Google has a search box in here. Usually it has a hint in here, okay? See how that hint comes up when you type in search, okay? And so Google usually says, it usually says something. Let me go ahead and get a Google in here. Let me go to a new tab and go to, see right there how it says search Google or type URL? That is the hint. So who understands what a hint is? So if I go back to my MIT, I can say search Google and Wikipedia or type URL. Okay, and now when you hover over top of that box, that'll be the grayed out hint inside the box. Who understands about the hints? We good on that? Okay. So now the only thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and make a cool background screen. And once again, I think I'm going to go ahead and make this scrollable right now. So you just go check scrollable, and then this will become scrollable. Okay. And then I'm going to go to my background screen. And I'm going to go into my background. And since we are fetching here, I thought it would be cool to use dogs. I like dogs. I'm a fan of dogs. Have 2 dogs myself. So I thought it would be cool to have fetch. So which dog do we like? Guys, how we doing back there? Doing all right? I'm hearing some foreign sounds coming out of there. So, you know, what we can do here is I can go ahead and fetch. If you guys like the ball here, I can show you how to use the button as the ball too. I can go ahead and add these to my background. And there it is. Okay? So now you have the dogs fetching the tennis ball, and we're going to have twin Wikipedia and Google web viewers fetching information for us. Yes? If you want to make this scrollable, you go to screen 1, highlight screen 1, you go to your properties, and you hit scrollable. Okay? And then it shrinks everything because when we start uploading information, then it's going to elongate, and then we'll be able to scroll up and down our app. You can have any background you want as long as it's school appropriate. Okay? Do you like our app so far? How's it look? Pretty good? The only other thing I think we need is a my media. We need a speech recognizer. And I think I just got a camera. I don't want a camera, I want speech. So there's speech recognizer 1. And I always like text to speech. I like Siri coming on there. Okay. What's the big thing on iPhone 6 right now? What's the big thing on iPhone thing? What's their advertisement?
Siri?
Yeah. The big thing is now Siri is very active on the new iPhone 6. You can just say, "Hey Siri, find yada yada," and it does everything for you. So that's the new thing about iPhone 6. So we can model iPhone 6 here with our text to speech recognizer. Yes. What's that? I called it TXT search bar. Okay, that's my text. So that's basically this app. And unless you guys want to know how to make this tennis ball a button, do you? Or are we good with these buttons here? I think we're good with those buttons there. So